This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1999.
Episode 1 of the Electric Playground. Now I got this crazy idea in my head. See, I'm thinking because this is episode 1, and you got the whole Star Wars episode 1 thing, I figured we'd dedicate the entire show to Star Wars and episode 1.
I created the original Star Wars. I was very interested in creating a modern myth to replace what I'd seen had been occupied by the Western.
What does it mean to you to have been involved in these huge movies?
It's very strange because, in a way, I can't see them as huge. They are a job I do, and because I never saw them like everybody else does, I kind of know behind the scenes, which is great fun. So I have a totally different experience from most other people, but it's great to be a part of it, and very nice to be asked back on the Phantom Menace.
I didn't know what the third one was going to be. The main thing I remember finding out about the third one was I had to get in really good shape because I had to wear the iron bikini.
Point at the deck!
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Is that going on the air?
The Nintendo systems have always had some pretty killer Star Wars games over the years.
NES Star Wars, NES Empire Strikes Back, Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Super Return of the Jedi, N64 Rogue Squadron, Shadows of the Empire, and Pod Racer. Ooh.
So Vic got this crazy idea in his head. Hey, let's go see all the guys who make the games and go talk to them. Yeah, great idea, Vic. We've never done that before.
Hey, I'm with one of the coolest teams in the universe. This is the Rogue Squadron team from Factor 5 and LucasArts.
Are you the guy responsible for making the AT-AT so freaking hard to kill? I gotta take the thing and you're doing the cables. You're doing the cables around
like
this.
He's a snowspeeder, I get you.
It's close to the ground.
Yeah, but it's hard.
Tommy's got to be the loudest whiner if he can't play a game, isn't
he? Are you kidding me? What is it, tough guy?
What are the codes?
Tough guy, I give up, anything self-humiliating, and you've got it.
Are there any Easter eggs or hidden things in the game that maybe everyone doesn't know about yet? That you'd like to now release to the public?
Let's say there are always Easter eggs.
Yeah. Right.
And they've not all been found yet.
And they haven't all been found yet.
Way. What's the background with Factor 5? Where do you guys come from?
Germany, which you hear now, thick accents. We did Indiana Jones on the SNES actually for LucasArts, and that was our first contact.
Well, Rogue Squadron took about 18 months to develop.
Yeah.
And we were very lucky to have some great people working with Factor 5 and also LucasArts. And it was very much a shared kind of experience between the two teams. It wasn't like all Factor 5 or all LucasArts. It was really a mixture of both companies.
Was George Lucas looming over your shoulder the whole time saying, nope, nope, yep?
Well, you know, George isn't a games player, he's a movie maker.
Yeah.
The good thing about George is he makes this nice universe for us, and then he lets us play in it. You know, and we can pretty much do what we want within certain guidelines, but hey, what a great place to be.
We're here at the Nintendo release party for Pod Racer. I'm standing here with Bryan.
What's up, yo?
What's going on? Tell me about this sucker.
It's got 23 different pods, 25 different tracks. You know, kind of gets you into the movie a little bit, the movie atmosphere, get you racing some Star Wars stuff, you know. It's just chill.
Now, what characters here? I see this is, take that's Anakin?
Yeah, this is Anakin. You know, there's other characters like...
he grows up to be Darth Vader. I just want to...
And did you know he's Luke's father?
No, he's not.
Yeah, oh man, I'm telling you.
So who else we got? What other characters?
Well, this is the guy that he races against, Saboba. He's bad.
What's the hardest character to earn? What's like the last of the last?
There is Ben Quadraneros, and he's probably the toughest. He's on the Abyss track in the Invitational. It's a double level track, and if you don't stay on the top, you lost. These are all damaged parts.
Is this like run by Jawas, this junkyard of used parts?
It's run by Watto.
Who's his name?
Watto.
Watto.
Yeah, I'll actually show you here. That's Watto.
You gotta hold the microphone while I play.
Oh, no, I can't be at a disadvantage.
What? Why not?
No.
What disadvantage? You've been playing the game for what, a year now?
Give me the mic, I'll play it. Get out of here. You know I'm still gonna win, right?
Yeah, right. Where are you?
I'm going, see? You don't know where I'm at.
Where are you? You're not using that
there I am.
level thing. Oh, can I die? How do you slow down in this game?
B. You want to slow down? Yeah, I know you're going to scan.
Oh, no.
So go ahead and slow down.
All right,
you can't handle the speeds. That's fine. I understand.
This guy's cheating. He's cheating.
I got the bike in my hand. How am I cheating?
You haven't died once.
No?
You haven't even hit a wall yet.
What'd I say? Because I'm the man, yo.
Oh, man, this is ridiculous. This is embarrassing.
You want to stop now?
Camera's off. I can't deal with this.
Hi, I'm Ray Park. I play Darth Maul from the episode 1 movie Star Wars The Phantom Menace, and you're watching The Electric Playground.
The 2-digit date code written in the 1960s has doomed us. With the year 2000 quickly approaching, it is time to prepare ourselves.
Maybe a software bug or a glitch at best. I think you're overreacting.
All of the world's artillery will detonate at once. Fast food ice cream machines will fail to deliver. The stock market will crash. It will be martial law. But I digress. Okay, catch you tomorrow. Bye!
Okay, bye. Phew, that guy is shook. You don't buy into the whole Y2K mass hysteria, do you? You know, the idea that the formatting and storage of digital calendar data will somehow create a bug that will undo the world New Year's Eve 1999. Completely ridiculous. Hey, you still going to the grocery store later? Yeah, maybe like an extra can of soup and some batteries?
You know, LucasArts has always prided itself on doing amazingly adventurous, intense, and complex Star Wars games for the PC. Take Yoda Stories, for example. Well, hold on to your bantha fodder, because we sent Zobi-Wan Kenobi to go talk to the guys behind the latest game, Force Commander. Dun, 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 dun.
So I'm here with Gaber, and we're talking about Force Commander. What is Force Commander?
Force Commander is a real-time strategy game. It revolves around the classic Star Wars trilogy, episodes 4 through 6, where you get to control an Imperial general, take him through his career, and he basically defects halfway through the game to the Rebel side. And so you get a good opportunity to control both units on the Imperial side and the Rebel side.
How long have you guys been in development for?
This game's actually been in development for about 2.5 years.
So who are the guys hiding out in this booth? What are you guys working on? This looks kind of cool.
Yeah, well, this is part of our tool that we use to build the levels. Basically, you're looking at a top-down view of the level, and we're just painting in where the fun parts are. So, you know, the green part, that's where it's pretty fun, and then the darker blue, that's when it gets really, really fun. And The red is not very fun at all.
This is way too technical for me. Would you say there would be some sort of competition, like with all the new stuff like TA Kingdoms?
We're definitely up against some excellent games. We think we stack up pretty well. One thing we have going for us is a lot of these vehicles in this game are very, very recognizable. Like speeder bikes, walkers, rebel heavy tanks, snow speeders, attack tanks, and hover tanks, a Y-wing, TIE bombers, TIE fighters, landing pads, command centers. All the things you're sort of used to in the movies.
Do you have a favorite character?
Yeah, it would probably be, I guess, Han Solo.
What are you going to do when you finish the game?
What am I going to do when I finish the game? I'm going to take a nice long vacation, probably to someplace like Australia.
Is that because they're filming episode 2 down there?
I have no comment on that.
Are you stalking George Lucas?
I'm not. I wouldn't do that.
Liar.
I'm really not.
It's Yoda, he's so short. Come on, people. Yoda, he's so short. So short. 'Cause he drank Schlitz.
We're at the front of the Star Wars Episode 1 lineup. There's about 10 minutes to go, Zoe, until tickets go on sale.
10 minutes? I think we've got 12 minutes and counting.
These guys must be freaking out. Some of these people have been hanging out here for about a month, and they're finally going to get their ticket. These people must be so excited. Look at the craziness. Look at how many cameras are here. Look at how many people are here getting interviewed. This is just crazy.
Look like you're a fan of video games.
I'm a fan of anything relating to Star Wars, basically.
Are you going to get both Star Wars games?
Yeah. I already have them on hold.
We got about 10 minutes left here, actually 8 minutes until tickets go on sale. How do you feel?
It's quite a scene out here. Everyone's pretty excited, and I think once everyone gets their tickets, everyone will come down a notch. But it's a sign of the excitement George Lucas has unleashed. It's also an indication of what opening day is going to be like.
Well, for me, it's a great honor because I really wanted to be a part of this film. And it meant a lot for me to join the legacy of George's trilogy and now going on to the other films. So I'm really happy about it.
It's Yoda, he's so short. 'Cause when he was 9, he drank alcohol. He stunted his growth. Come on, people.
When was the first time you saw Star Wars?
I was 3 years old. I saw Return of the Jedi.
Now you're here in line for episode 1. In 5 minutes, you're going to have tickets in your hand for the first showing.
Star Wars rules!
There you go.
What do your friends say about you being in line here for a week at a time?
They better be positive or else they're not getting the tickets.
What's this little outfit you got going on?
Fiona, this is, I'm Jedi Knight.
Where are you from?
From Poland.
You came all the way from Poland?
Yes, from Warsaw. That's right, from Warsaw just to see a movie.
What are you going to do to protect your ticket? What's going to stop people from mugging you in the lineup and grabbing your ticket away from you?
I have a blaster.
You have a blaster?
Yeah.
Excellent, you're prepared.
And I have a battle droid with me.
You have you brought, that's your battle droid, of course.
Yoda.
It's done in his growth.
Hayden.
Thank you very much.
Now, I gotta admit, there's been some pretty weak Star Wars games for the PlayStation. Take this one here, Masters of Tiramisu or Terrakasai. Anyway, look what we got coming up though. PC game, The Phantom Menace, awesome game on the PC, is coming to the PlayStation.
Young Tommy Kenobi, we must find Darth Clint to find out more about this Phantom Menace.
Yes, Master, but I feel a disturbance in the Force.
What's the gameplay of the Phantom Menace all about?
It's a real-time action-adventure RPG set in the Star Wars universe.
How many playable characters are there? There's 4 playable characters. Captain Panaka, Queen Amidala, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. What about the audio for the game? Music was done by John Williams with original sound effects from the film. Oh look, Yoda.
So, how closely does the game resemble the movie?
Oh, it's dead on. We captured the whole Star Wars feel of it, I think.
What involvement did George Lucas have in the making of this?
That's George's baby. course, we wanted to make it look and feel exactly like George wanted, so George is kind of like, you know, pushing us along the whole way, giving us ideas.
How many levels is this thing have?
There's 12 levels, all different.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks a lot, Bill.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Hi, Bart, Clint. I guess I better split too.
You're watching the Electric Playground. We'll be right back after this.
It's like a flying suit, you're zipping it up and you're adding bits and pieces to it, and then you'd look in the mirror, you have to walk out, George Lucas would come in occasionally and say, oh yeah, that's coming on, then you add bits and pieces to it. And then the final bit, I put the helmet on, which is probably a good thing to cover the face. And, I looked in the mirror, I thought, oh, this looks quite cool. Excuse me, I know you from somewhere,
How many of you guys have played the Star Wars Trilogy arcade game out there? Well, let me tell you something. I, for one, think it is freaking awesome. And the rumor is that Sega is doing it for the Game Boy. No, for the Dreamcast. Now, speaking of Dreamcast, according to Sega, the Dreamcast is supposed to have a bigger grossing opening day than Star Wars Episode 1. If you can believe that.
At E3 last year, we announced bold plans for making a comeback with a new product. A new concept in interactive entertainment called Sega Dreamcast.
We're going to have more than 16 games at launch, which is the most games that have ever been released at a launch of a console.
If you had to have a title that would push the consumer over the edge if they were thinking about buying a Dreamcast, what title would that be?
I would say Sonic. And I would also say our basketball title and our football title.
And he got an okay return, and then he's brought down to the turf.
We've got over 200,000 pre-sale orders already, and we're expecting the 24 hours commencing midnight at $99.99 to be the biggest 24 hours money-wise in the entertainment industry, including music, including movies, including everything.
We are providing tools and technology for developers to bring something never brought before to the consumer.
Well, now you're in the Sega booth and you've been able to take a look around at some of these games. What do you think? Are you excited by these things?
Very, yeah. They've got a great showing. Honestly, it's a little bit better than what I thought. You know, I've seen some of the import games and they look great.
One of the most unique things about the product is that it's going to be launching with a modem in the box. This is the first time a console has been launching with the immediate ability to go home, plug into your phone jack, and instantly be online.
Dreamcast is launching this year. This is you've been working on this for a couple of years now. How does it feel to actually see this dream of yours come true?
Well, you know, last year I made a lot of promises. I said we'd have full retail support, full developer support, and we'd have the consumer back. And if you look on this floor right now, you see well over 40 titles that we're bringing out this year. So we believe we've kept our promises. It is exciting.
We are the #1 store in the country with pre-sales. We're well over 80,000 pre-sales alone. And we will break every record, we think, for any first day release of a game console.
Now, what's your favorite game you've played so far on the Dreamcast?
Well, I think it would probably have to be Sonic Adventure. That was a pretty cool game.
Yeah? What do you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I give it a 10.
A 10? That's awesome.
No, even an 11.
An 11?
Yeah, exactly.
An 11? Huh. Do you know Vic?
How has the response been to the Sega booth? Have you had millions of people come through and shake your hand? And
you can look around right now behind you and you see that this booth, I believe, is full of people playing games. You can go to other booths, and you see a lot of hot air balloons, but you don't see a lot of content.
What's the response to the Dreamcast coming out this year at your stores?
It's great. I think if they come out with a lot of good games at the beginning from the very start, and if the systems are going to be easy to get a hold of, I think it's going to do great.
This is the year for Star Wars. Everybody wants to see Star Wars Arcade on the Dreamcast. Is that going to happen?
That's going to happen.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Tim.
Dreamcast?
We got Mark at your back.
What do you think the issue is? Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Maximum carnage. Where do you think I picked that up? Probably P&P Games. Seen it 100 times.
What's it feel like to be a part of the whole Star Wars mythos, you know, to be a part of this series?
It's something which you get used to because it's like a family.
Yeah.
The whole Lucasfilm is like a family.
Someone told me, you know, I went out on this project and it's called Star Wars, and they don't give you a script, but it's something like Flash Gordon.
I read with Mark and Carrie and hundreds of other candidates.
We all wanted to play Han Solo. I love you.
I know he tested other actors for the part, but for the Han Solo part, he just got used to me. That's all.
Well, we do a show that's mostly about the video game world. We cover interactive entertainment. Have you played any of these Star Wars games over the years at all?
No, I haven't. No, I'm not aware of that.
You never. There's tons of them, and I'm sure they've got your likeness in there, and you should probably be aware of that, or your agent should.
Well, thank you for telling me. I'll keep in touch.
Phantom Menace on the PC was one of my favorite games this year. I prefer a game like this over the first-person shooters. I like to see my guy do all animations and fight people. This game is way too hard and a bit too tedious, especially when you got the princess following you around and she's always dying. Those spinny things...
Oh, the destroyer droids.
I hated those.
They're
I would
so
hear
cool,
that
though,
sound, and I would be
oh my God.
They're
Yeah,
impossible to kill.
I wish that there was different perspectives on the action. I wish it wasn't all overhead. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
I'd still recommend it, though. I'd still recommend it.
9.5. It's a good game. Go get it.
All right, there was another Phantom Menace game out this year, a pod racer game for the N64. What'd you think of that game?
Right.
Episode 1 racer.
I found it very hard to try to, like, steer. Like, you'd come up to places and you'd have to make, like, split-second decisions at the last second, and you were smashing into stuff. It was a bit frustrating.
Here's the thing about the N64 version. It's a good game for people that haven't seen the PC game. It has Dolby Surround, and all the music is in there, and it's a very visceral experience. And you go to the N64, and it's got a choppy frame rate.
I didn't like the frame rate. Very blocky, kind of.
Good points. There's tons of tracks. There's tons. There's like 25 different tracks. There's tons of little characters, and they all have different feel. They all have different pods.
Yippee!
There's lots of voiceover stuff, which is actually okay, except for Anakin.
Annoying!
Drive you crazy. I loved the PC version. I thought it was great. It was one of the most enjoyable racing experiences I had this year.
What do you give the N64 version?
I'd give the N64 version a 6.5, and I'd give the PC version a 9.5. It's a wicked game on the PC.
Oh, I didn't play the PC version, but 6.5 also for the pod racer. Now, speaking of racing games, let me tell you what a racing game is. Driver on the PlayStation.
Oh my God.
I love this game.
Amazing.
Okay.
Reflections are the guys that did Reflections' development company.
Destruction
They're the guys
Derby.
that Destruction Derby 1 and 2. You can totally see the influence from those games in Driver.
Awesome.
All the physics are amazing. Get to go and hop into all kinds of stolen cars and whip around town getting chased by cops while you help people out on bank jobs and all kinds of other felonies. You're an undercover cop, and it's a really cool story.
The artificial intelligence on the police cars are amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, they are so awesome. I'm like finding myself, I'm driving like 5 miles an hour, so, oh no, the cop doesn't see me.
The cities are huge.
Awesome
and your time,
cities.
So you have to get places, and you basically don't know how you're going to get there because all you get's an arrow, and you don't get the full map. So you're basically taking off down streets and trying to go different routes and trying to get to the place as quickly as possible. Brilliant game, 9 out of 10. What do you think?
9 out of 10? I give it a 9.7.
What about Sonic Adventures for the Dreamcast? What do you think of that?
Now, don't get me wrong, it looks great, of course, because it's on the Dreamcast, but the camera angles are so wanky. I was getting headaches trying to figure out how to play this game.
Things are happening crazy, crazy fast, but it's a beautiful game. They spent months and months.
Yeah, it looks great, but it plays like a cow. I didn't like the music. I didn't like the voiceover. I didn't like the camera angles. It looks great. I think if you're a big Sonic,
if you're a
Sonic
fan,
person,
you're gonna love it.
You're gonna hate it.
No way.
That's what I was going to say. You're going to hate it. No. I would give this game a 5.3.
Wow. I'd give this game a 9 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth picking up. I'm a huge Sonic fan. I was a Sonic fan before I was a Mario fan. It's worth picking up. People are going to enjoy it. You all right there?
I gotta go.
Production assistance for Electric Playground is provided by Activision, publishers of Battlezone 2, and Computech Media, publishers of Insight Video Gaming, Insight PC Gaming, and InsightGames.com. This classic episode of the Electric Playground was brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support the Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.